things off with a question from Josh Lewenberg from TSN.
Hey, Fred, how you doing?
I'm doing well, Josh. How are you?
Good, man. Wanted to ask about the hip thing. It sounded like from talking to Nick that it was initially thought to be sort of minor, and then there was some concern after looking at the second MRI. What have these last few weeks been like for you, and how are you feeling now?
I'm feeling pretty good. It's just one of those things you gotta take it, a day at a time. I'm sure if you gave everybody in the league a full body MRI, you'd probably find similar things. A little bit of wear and tear besides the initial injury that I had. So there was some things that they were concerned about, but I don't think it's going to be anything major long term. I think it's just something to keep an eye on. Obviously, I've been itching to get back out there. Haven't taken 2 weeks off. So, felt good to be back out there playing last night, regardless of, how bad I played. I just felt, this is what I do. This is what I love. It's my passion. And, anytime when you're sidelined, it just it dampens your mood a little bit. Going to the game is supposed to be the best part of your day. And sometimes, you have that part taken away from you. So just happy to be back healthy and or trying to get healthy at least going forward.
What's your feeling on the play-in tournament? I mean, you guys are right there on the race for it. I know Draymond was talking a few weeks ago and just said that because of what he's done in his career and what the Warriors have done, it's sort of hard to get motivated for something like that. Where do you stand on it?
Ask me in a couple weeks. I don't know. We don't know how the rest of this is going to turn out. So if we're not in it, then it's stupid and it was a bad decision. And, I think it was, it's easy to say that, hindsight, but if somehow we make the play-in, then obviously that type of mentality is not going to work for you. So, I see both sides of it. I certainly understand that sentiment, what you're saying from what Draymond talked about, but it's weird. It's just been a weird year. I'll say that. And a lot of uncertainty and things we haven't seen before. I will say I do think the plan made much more sense for the bubble, with the way that the season was suspended. But we'll see how it goes this year. I hope they make all the money they were looking to make off of it.
And at 27, did you ever think that people would be referring to you as old Freddie?
That day comes for all of us at one point or another. So it was only a matter of time, but I can blame young fella for that. So it is what it is. I'm not mad at it.
Thanks, old Freddie. Enjoy the rest of the day.
Thank you.
Next question goes to Doug Smith from the Toronto Star.
Oh, Fred, welcome back. Haven't seen you in a long time.
What's up, Doug?
Not much. Saw you over there coaching on the sideline. You going to be a coach when you're done?
No way. That's more headache and heartbreak than I can handle on a nightly basis.
You don't need that stress at all. No way. I understand that. Hey, you are going into the last 16 games in a more unusual spot than you've ever been in your career. How do you sort of reconcile it? How do you approach it? Does it change at all that it's so weird for you at this point in your career?
Yeah, I mean, listen, Doug, I'm pretty open about everything. I really do not know, to be honest with you. It's a new thing, so I'm just taking it one day at a time, trying to stay positive, continue to let the work drive me. So whether that's rehab or getting better on the court, I know I got to continue to get better, and that's just what I've been focusing on. So trying to be the best version of myself for this team, for this year and for the future. And, just trying to stay positive and be the leader that I am on a daily basis. And I think everything else will fall into place. So uncertainty, there hasn't been much consistency all this year on any level. And, the end of this thing is no different. So we'll just got to wait and see how it all unfolds.
I understand. Speaking of the future, you've had a lot of chance to watch Malachi play a lot of minutes. What have you seen in his development, and where does he still have to go, do you think?
Yeah, just reps, man. It's just reps. It's hard to fast track that process. Understanding that some of those reads and some of those plays and mistakes, you got to go through them to get better. And I think it's there. I think everything that he needs is there. He's got all the tools. He's got a great personality. He's got a great approach. He works hard. He listens. He's super competitive. He's confident. He has everything that you want to see in a young player. And It's just a matter of when it will all click and come together for him. But I think he's shown enough, and just about being consistent on a nightly basis, and also doing it condensed, on a playoff caliber team, top 4 team, coming in 16, 18 minutes off the bench until you work yourself into a starter. Like, that's the harder part. This basketball we've been playing for the last few weeks is kind of hard to gauge anybody, because it's so weird out there.
Yeah, that's right. You can't tell what anybody's got because the year's been so screwed up for everybody, right? Is that right?
Yeah, absolutely. I think we're seeing different versions of everybody, whether that be good or bad. Myself certainly wish I would play better this year. It's not the best version of myself, but understanding all the circumstances that go into it. But I think for the young guys, it's just more about opportunity, letting them get the reps and letting them feel things out and learn from it. So that way, when they do get that real opportunity and real meaningful moments, that they have experience to draw from.
Great. Thanks so much, Fred. Appreciate it as always.
Thanks, Doug.
Next question goes to Mike Ganter from the Toronto Sun.
Hey, Fred. How you doing?
Good, Mike. How are you?
Good, thanks. Hey, you mentioned about the passion that you have for the game and the love that you have for the game, and we all see that. At any point this year, does that get sort of taken away from you because of just a crazy way this whole season's gone from start to finish?
Yeah, I wouldn't say taken away. It's probably a little bit too strong, but it's certainly ups and downs to this thing more than I've ever experienced in my life. Man, to be honest, this is probably the most unpure year of basketball I've ever been a part of, just from the whole league and rushing the season back. And it's pretty much all about business this year on every level, and it's hard to hide it now. You know what I'm saying? The NBA is a great balance of like the pure love and joy of one of the best sports in the world mixed with a billion-dollar industry. And I think this year the industry side is taking precedence over some of the love and the joy. But there's good days and bad days. I've been saying that all year, and just dedicating yourself to the craft, to your work, to your teammates, and allowing yourself to be human and take some of those good and bad days. But it's definitely been a trying year for sure, ups and downs all across the board.
Any doubt in your mind that you can get that purity back?
No doubt. It's there. It's still here. There's flashes of it, and I have the utmost faith in myself, my teammates, this organization, the coaching staff. Like, everything we need is here. It's just a matter of drawing on that and getting that back. And I think that we're getting there for sure.
And I just want to say, I thought you already had the new Freddie in your own house. I mean, did you need the newer Freddie?
Yeah, I don't know how much older I can get. Listen, I'm still a young guy, man. Y'all not gonna put the old tab on me yet. At least let me crack 30 before I start getting that. I still got a few years.
Appreciate that, Fred. Thanks, man. Stay well.
Thanks, Mark.
Going next to Stephen Lung from Sportsnet.
Hey, Fred. It's good to see you.
What's up, man? How you doing?
Not bad, thank you. Sort of going back to Josh's point, but with your health, but like if you were if with this play-in tournament, like if you guys are out of it, like would you consider like possibly resting a little more to get healthier, or would you just kind of play through regardless?
It's weird because it's obviously we all know the situation with the standings, so that's hard to say because it's so close. You know what I mean? I think if we were 15th or 16th or whatever the case was, last in the league, I think that decision would be a little bit easier, but it's tough. And, I don't, I would like to play when I'm able to, but I understand, the other side of things. And it's just one of those things where we got to come together as a team and as a organization that had an open line of communication. But I'm open to everything. It doesn't necessarily mean I agree with it or believe in it, but I'm certainly not gonna cause any disruption. So that's a tough question to answer publicly for sure. But I think that I'm on board with this franchise in whatever direction that we're going.
And a bit of a different question, but like you are obviously a very strong perimeter defender, and I just want to know like how much of playing perimeter defense is kind of will and effort versus skill and study and kind of film work.
It's all skill, study, and talent. Because the more we talk about will and heart and determination, the lower my defensive talent gets diminished. So give me all the credit.
Thanks a lot, Fred.
Thanks, Steve.
Robin, can't hear you.
Robin? We'll go to Eric Kareem.
Rovin's disappeared. How's it going, Fred?
Good. How you doing? Close that door, JQ. Thank you.
I'm all right, thanks. You mentioned the lack of purity to this season. I mean, it's always a mixed bag, obviously, even at the best of times. In addition to, you know, the rushed start, trying to make up for games when teams aren't, you know, full strength, like what else are you speaking about? And does it have anything to do with the specific situation you guys, the Raptors, are in?
Not so much the situation that we're in from our organization standpoint, just more so the circumstances of this year and the season. And like I said, I get it. Trust me, I do get it. But I don't work for the, you know, NBA office, so to speak. I'm not in that business to make sure that they reach the quota or whatever numbers they do with the TV partnerships and all that. You know, I still view myself as a basketball player, even though I'm in the entertainment business, and I love the game of basketball. And so it's a fine line to try to balance both of those worlds. And I'm certainly not blaming them for anything that they've done, but it's a fact that business has taken precedent, you know, this year, and just the way it is for now. And hopefully, you know, we can get it back to a better balance, you know, somewhere in the near future. But this is the world that we're in right now.
How conflicting is it, given that, I mean, you care first and foremost about, you know, playing the game and, you know, providing for your family, but also, you know, what they're doing, whatever they're doing to maximize profits, you know, you guys get 50% of it. So it must be difficult to sort of rationalize, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, that's the fight, right? That's the give and take. Is I can sit up here and complain about the NBA all I want to, but I'm a part of it. You know what I'm saying? I'm directly profiting off of it. And, you know, we did vote on what season we wanted. They gave a few options, and I think for the most part, most of the players picked this option. So we're in it. You know what I mean? Which is why I can't complain about it, but I can point out that this is what it is, and the pros and cons that come with that. So it's very conflicting, but not so much of my craft, because I just go out there and that's the way I play, and that's the way I approach every day. I'm going to take whatever consequences come with that, because this is what I signed up for. But there's certainly a lot of information that plays a role in all of these things that we're seeing with our eyes. It's not as simple as it looks all the time.
Yeah, appreciate it. Good to see you back on the court.
Thanks, Eric.
We're going to do a few more questions here. If everybody can keep it to one question, we'll try and get through as many as we can. Going to lead off with Eric Smith from Sportsnet.
What's up, Freddie? Good to see you.
What's up, Eric? You in the wine room?
Yeah. there's a lot missing over this last year, man.
I see.
Hey, you've been here a lot. Well, when I say here, you're in Tampa, but you've been in Canada long enough. When you look at Chris and Kem, and then tomorrow playing against Lou as well, and then even just from your perspective, being a part of the USA basketball pool now and looking ahead to the summertime, and with Nick coaching the Canadian team, all this, what have you seen just even in your time, Freddie, with the Raptors, the growth of the game, the spreading out where it's not just the young players, boys and girls in the Toronto area, but just whether it be Vancouver, Montreal, and just seeing more and more of these Canadians and having that Canadian connection that much further on your team specifically right now as well?
Yeah, just seeing the growth. You're seeing the growth of the game, and it's a beautiful thing to see. Obviously, the franchise is relatively young, but seeing, we went to the documentary that Vince had a few years ago, and his impact on the city, and how to a man, every young Canadian guy that's in the league probably could point to Vince and say, this is the guy that inspired me to do it. And now there's take your pick. You got a pick of guys you can choose from on all different levels, two ways. You got G League guys, you got all stars, you got the Jamals, the Wiggins, you got #1 picks. So it's just great to see, and it's going to keep growing. And it's just a beautiful thing to see for the country. And I enjoy seeing it because obviously I get a better feel of the city when we're in Toronto of what exactly it means to the young kids. But it's great to see the pride that the players have in being Canadian, and that obviously Canadians have in having these guys in the NBA.
Great. Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Going to go next to Christos in Greece.
Hello, Fred. Hope you are doing well.
Thank you.
You're establishing yourself as one of the most effective guards on both ends of the floor through the years. Your motto is bet on yourself. So I would like to ask you, how important for you is to bet on yourself, to believe on yourself, even if nobody else believed in you?
Yeah, I mean, that's where it comes from. Because nobody believes in you, you have to believe in yourself. Otherwise, you just sit there feeling sorry for yourself. So that's where it's born out of, having that chip on your shoulder and just having confidence to get it done and to make it out of nothing, and to be your biggest fan. And it's not empty confidence because I work extremely hard. At the same time, I didn't have a bunch of people in position telling me how great I was. I had to go and get it. So, that's obviously something that I believe in very strongly in my life.
Next question goes to Vivek Jacob.
Hey, Fred. Just going back to your answer about the play-in tournament and saying, ask me later, how much has this season and maybe just the state of the world in general sort of changed your perspective on thinking about the future versus just being in the here and now?
Not much. I keep a pretty good perspective on life in general. I think this year just allowed me to be more human and just living more of the moment. So obviously when, I'm allowing myself to have different feelings towards different things and allowing those feelings to change over time. And, it's been a bumpy ride, but it's been a good year for me all in all, if I'm being honest. So not too much. It is what it is. I keep pushing.
Thanks, Fred. Good to see you back.
Thank you.
And final question goes to Akiko from the Kyoto News in Japan.
Hi, Fred. How are you?
Good. How you doing?
Fine, thank you. Yeah. How happy are you when Paul and Yuda, who had waited for their chance, played so well last night?
That's the best part about the NBA is seeing guys get that first crack or that first big performance, and you hope that this is the start of a long, illustrious career for them. And both of those guys work extremely hard. So just as a teammate and as a friend, just really happy to see them have success like that. Because, once you have 4, 5, 6 years in, everybody could probably look back at one or two of those moments in their young career where they had that breakout performance. So hopefully those guys can build on it, keep it going forward. I'm going to stay on them to be more aggressive and to continue being aggressive. And hopefully it's not the last time that they have those performances.
Thank you very much.
All right, thank you.
All right, thank you.